Hello YouTube, this is Aman Jaman from Text365, and in this video tutorial I will show you how to set up WireGuard VPN server on Windows machine or Windows Server machine. So as we know earlier, everyone probably know that WireGuard mostly available for Linux distro or Linux based or Unix based distro, which is pretty much available for all kinds of OS right now. But there was no official support for Windows based kernel or machines. So now there's an alternative actually, which is called WireSock. This is actually based on WireGuard VPN. They just simply modified some functionality so that it can work on Windows. So now we're gonna see how can we set up this, and this should be pretty much simple. If you go through the guide, which is wiresock.net, you can probably set up by yourself, though the guide is mentioned there, so we're gonna set up it anyway. So for some people it should be much easier to understand. So first of all, here it says that you can use their VPN client or you can use the VPN gateway. So we're gonna use VPN gateway, and here you can see the total use case. Like WireGuard client, they're gonna connect to your gateway and then it will go through the internet. So this is how we're gonna do it. So now let's go. You can see install WireGuard VPN gateway. So we're gonna download the gateway. So this one is 64-bit. So I'm going to download 64-bit. You can. They also have CLI based clients. So if you have Windows microserver or something like that, you can actually use that on those OS actually. So let's download the 64-bit one. Then we're going to install that. Okay, it's installed. So here's a couple of things. The terms is not gonna change even if you are using Windows or Linux. You need to have port forwarding option enabled, otherwise you cannot expose that. Since it's installing the driver, so I got disconnected from the RDP, which is the test VM. So let's wait a couple of seconds. So it's back. So you need to expose your port first, and you need to have, if you have dynamic IP address, then you need to have DDNS set up, so you can use DDNS as an endpoint, and that's it actually. And you can also use WireGuard client as well as WireGuard server at the same time. Both are compatible with one another. So since it's installed, I'm gonna open port forwarding. I'll explain why it's needed. So let's open the router page. We logged in our PSNs, then we're gonna do the port forwarding. So this one is the server, so we're gonna copy the same rule. Here WIN address instead of RDP or other port, and we can use 51820. You can use anything. This is just test. Other 51820. Let's give is WIN WireGuard server. Save, apply. So basically I enable TCP UDP protocol for 51820 port to WireGuard server. So now I open the port. So let's start configuring our WireGuard server. We're gonna open PowerShell, right click on PowerShell, run as admin, and we have PowerShell open. Here you can see the command line. Let's set up WireGuard server. So we're gonna copy this one, and there's a detailed instruction, like if you like to do for command line based Windows server. So you can do this way. And here is the regular WireGuard configuration command, so you can use that. So basically we're gonna start the server first. WG click config -add space start, and initially there is no configuration, that's why it says fail to load existing configuration, creating new one. So it says that you can enter dynamic DNS if you have already one, and don't forget to change your UDP port and enter your WireGuard server endpoint. So as you can see, it automatically detects my external IP address, which is this one, and it actually created a random port. So instead of having that, I think I can figure out what's my actual IP address. So this is the IP address, and the port I configured for WireGuard in PSense, which is 51820. So I'm not gonna take their suggestion, I'm gonna just enter mine. Then it says what should be the IPv4 subnet for your WireGuard. So you can use any of this following. You can simply press enter, but make sure the subnet is not conflicting with any of your network range. So these are the range might conflict with the server where my VPS is hosting on. So it's better I'm gonna put something different. So let's put 192.168, let's say 50.0/24. So it's generated a QR code which I can connect from any device if I import it. So I wish it would give me the configuration file. Oh, by the way, the configuration file is actually saved on that folder. So okay, I can enter that folder and copy from there, since I don't have any phone right now. Let's open that. Windows R, run, enter. Okay, here I can see the configuration file. Open. So this is the configuration file, so I'm going to copy that and connect. So here I am in my PC, so I'm going to open WireGuard, then empty tunnel, let's give the name test, save, activate. So I'm seeing the packet is going through now, so let's test. Alright, you can see the IP address is coming from VPN server. So that's how we're gonna set up WireGuard server, and you can use it from anywhere. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any question, let us know.